Guys, welcome back to Whiskey TV, man. And again, we're going through a series. Part of this is to give you guys perspective on what the blendery does and maybe what you may be missing when you go to some of your larger distilleries. Now, what actually makes whiskey? Richard.
Yes, sir.
We're about to get into a Kelvin barrel. It's a little tiny one, little baby barrel.
Yeah, a little toasted barrel. And we put some of that Bardstown 75, 15, 5, or 78.
Now, based on your experience and what you've learned, what is the most influential thing on whiskey? Is it the recipe? Is it the barrel? Is it the location? All the whiskey you've had, what's the most important thing when it comes to whiskey in a barrel?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of all of that, because it's every single barrel is different, as we've kind of talked about here. So as much as the distillery matters, and I have my favorite distilleries that I like to buy from, it's all of those things, but you can't judge a book by its cover, because you'll drink a 7-year-old whiskey that tastes like it's 12. You'll drink a 12-year-old whiskey that tastes like it's 7. You'll drink a rye that could be very bourbon leaning. You'll drink bourbons that are particularly spicy. So it's as much as you have guidelines, you know what I mean? Like it's like if there's an artist that you like that makes music, are you guaranteed that you're going to like the next song they put out? Just because you've liked some of the stuff that they've done already? Or are you going to take it kind of case by case each song? It's kind of like that. And now, I mean, there's a lot of artists out there that, yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed I'm going to like it if they drop it. So, and that's kind of where your tastes come in, your biases come in. But generally, I think you should evaluate everything. Every single barrel is its own thing, and you can't judge a book by its cover, or its distiller, or its age, or its barrel type, or its mash bill.
Now, when you do put some whiskey in a toasted barrel, do you have to put toasted on the label, or how does that work?
So we generally buy the barrels already levels of toast from the cooperage. Mm-hmm. So all those barrels up there are toasted barrels that we're using for different levels. Yeah. And then but generally
you don't have to label it that, right?
No, we don't label it that. We'll put tape on it, and some of the barrels, as we get them in, they're actually branded that or stamped that on the front. Level 1 char medium toast, I believe, is what the Kelvin barrel over there is.
Interesting. Well, go ahead. Let's get into this, guys. A couple of things to be mindful of, as myself included, have learned a ton about barrels. All of my experience has been, wow, I didn't know that the barrels had so much impact until I got into the blendery. And we go through barrel days where we're digging and trying to find something, and you get this uniqueness. There's days where I come in here, I don't like anything, and then Richard will give me to the good stuff. And finally I'm like, oh, there we go. So I've been waiting on. And I love prominent flavors, because in my mind, what you looking for?
That pipette.
You took it over there, didn't you?
I may have.
Okay. Huh. You need a lot of tools when it comes to barrel digging too, just so we're clear. And this one right here, you can only get so much out of it, because the copper cup don't fit in there, does it?
You're talking about tools, my friend. We're about to use a tool for an unintended tool purpose. You got a glass? All right.
Look, Stan texting me now. You hitting the blendery? Here now. You hitting the blendery today? Yes, Lord. This is shit I want to go out to. Hitting with that Drake.
So here's the Heaven Hill in the toasted barrel, and these are tricky, because you kind of have to over-sin the toast, because once you pull it out of the toast is going to back up.
Okay. So I heard Tim say that earlier.
Yeah.
In some regard, like some of those things literally. Hold on. Some of those things have literally lost some of their complexity in terms of what they try to do as the finish is concerned. So bottle comes out, boom, 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 you toasted it. Once it sets for a week or so in a bottle, some of the toast lets up, and it's no longer like toasted.
Yeah. And the first thing I smell is like roasted peanuts on this. Like in the roast, I feel is the toast. I can smell that, a little bit of a leather note on it from like the peanut skin thing. This is just kind of past where we want to be, and I think we don't want more toast than this. I wouldn't even bottle it with this level of toast on it, but once we pull it out of this barrel, it's going to back off. And also, it comes on faster because of how much smaller this barrel is than some of our other finishing barrels. So you have more surface per liquid ratio than you do in a bigger 53 gallon.
Interesting.
That's about 70 bottles.
Now, keep this in mind too, as I've asked Richard, since he lives in the barrel house, we've now gone and tasted a ton of barrels. You just heard Tim say we'll have 100 barrels. He said, hey, we'll have 100 barrels in Kentucky, and he sent Richard and I the flight plans this morning. I said, oh, fuck. And when you get here, you hear the plane, you go, oh, shit. You go 100 fucking barrels in one place just for what the blendery does, and eventually 1,000 moving forward. That's what you wake up to. So then you go on a Monday.
Yeah.
We'll be breaking down almost probably 30, 40 barrels.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about barrel hunting or barrel digging? Because now you're digging all these, but then I feel like when we go to Kentucky, it's almost more special.
You never know what you're gonna find. It's like panning for gold. You know what I mean? You throw that shovel in the bucket. You might find a nugget. Like you could find a very, very nice special single barrel, and you could find one in a lot that no one's tasted yet. That's just mixed in with some other stuff. That's not gonna run you $1 million. You know what I mean? It just happens to be. That's what's so special about all the single barrels and how different they are. Is when you find a good one, it makes your day. You know.
Now, last but not least, I got to ask Richard. Richard, do you have any expectations? Because I've now been with Tim to Kentucky 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And my only expectation was to do what Jamarcus is doing, is record, make sure I don't miss a thing. What kind of expectations do you set walking into a place like Kentucky, where you know for a fact, based on what he literally told us, we'll have access to 100 barrels
Sure.
that the blendery owns? Not including, this now guys, this is not including the place we're going to where we had to dig and see what they got, just in case he wants to buy some of them. So you go, hey, we got 30 barrels for sure that we'll go through, but he said 100.
Yeah.
He did say 100.
Well, I know it's gonna be a good time. We're going to the promised land. We're going to Mecca. You know what I mean?
I can see him dressed up as Moses with his staff.
Let my barrels go. Yeah, so that's going to be a good time, and then with even just the numbers game, we're going to get into some very good whiskey, and then we're going to get to make selections that poise ourselves for a better bliss in the future. So all of that's a blast. You know, the only thing that sucks is sit on an airplane. Outside of that, it's going to be a great time all the way through. You know.
Well, guys, I will tell you this: when you see this, my job will be to capture and definitely chest house Richard a little bit more. I will tell you, he's the guy who's got to give kind of Tim perspective because he lives in here more. Tim's working on the business side, my job's the branding side. But for fact, we'll go through 30 to almost 100 barrels. We've heard it from the boss's mouth. This is not happenstance. This is real life, and we'll be in an amazing place. It's a beautiful facility. You didn't go to White Dog, did you?
I did the last time with the Barton 18 mix.
Yeah, that's right. I do have a photo of Richard. So we shall return, guys. Stay tuned. Keep it whiskey, man.